Welcome humans to episode 2 of Something Different. Today we will be talking about portals, an extraordinary opening in space or time that connects the travels to the distant realm. A good portal is a shortcut, a guide, a door into the unknown, if they only exist. Well, it actually turns out they do, kind of. But researcher Jack Scudder figured out how to find them. So how is this working? Well, the answer is simple. There are places where the magnetic field of the Earth connects to the magnetic field of the Sun, creating an interruptive path leading from our planet to the Sun's atmosphere about 93 million miles away. But NASA suggested that these magnetic portals are open and close thousands and thousands times every single day. So they've been very intrigued about the Jack Scudder's research, so they sent a robotic spacecraft into the magnetic holes. There were a few problems. The magnetic holes, the portals, they were invisible, they were unstable and very difficult to predict when they will open. The interesting question is it possible that these portals could be used 1,000 years ago by other ancient civilization? It's like a Stargate. And what is a Stargate? It's a connection with every single star and galaxy in the universe. Anton Park's research on the Sumerian cuneiforms points out at the new doors at looking at the older history. In some Sumerian texts, there are stories very similar where advanced civilization, advanced intelligence were able to move between dimensional realities, and they were using this small device. In Sedona Vortex, for example, according to some stories, theories, local legends, tunnels and getaway directing to other worlds exist all over Sedona. But it is believed that multiple star people have also visited the site through one of the portals. Interesting in this evidence is in this Sumerian seal that shows a Sumerian god emerging from a getaway of his world into ours. Is it possible that these shortcuts to different dimensions were created by gods not only for travel but also to permit human beings to see beyond the clouds? It could be a possibility, as nothing is impossible. Now we're moving into ancient Egypt, one of the oldest cities into the ancient Egypt, Abydos, at the temple of Seti, where experts found multiple hieroglyphs of modern future machines. It is considered by them that it was a getaway to the future. Even some artifacts at the National Museum of Cairo, that a few artifacts that they are not made from Earth. Now, one of my favorite people, Graham Hancock, explained that we live into a multidimensional universe and we are occupying one part of this dimension in this universe, but many others which are normally inaccessible to us and inaccessible to our senses can be reached in some way. He said his words, they were like perhaps the most direct getaway to the realms of the gods is found through our consciousness. We're moving into Peru, near Lake Titicaca. Another beautiful, intelligent example of one of those stargates. Local people call it Hayumaca. It's a mysterious doorway that goes nowhere. It's carved into a side of a sandstone near to the Bolivian border. But the local people call it the Gate of God, but the door is not opening. It is a local story that starts when the explorers or Spanish conquerors came into South America to convert local people to Catholicism and under the Spanish rule. It is believed that the last emperor, he was in a possession of a disc. And with that disc, he was told to go to Lake near Titicaca where he will find a getaway. So he placed the device into a mark on the wall of that door, and he began to walk. The door was open. The question is, could this be the same device that the Sumerians are illustrating in the early cuneiforms? Not far from Peru, in Bolivia, it's a place called Tiahuanaco, or the Gate of Sun, and it is believed to be a portal to the land of God, where Sun God himself appeared there and he make it the place of creation. And with this sentence, this episode is over. A researcher, Sonia Grace, she used her dimensional abilities to suggest that the getaway at Hayumaka could have been used by beings who came from the Pleiadian star system. Who are the Pleiadians? We will probably gonna find out in one of the next episodes. Until then, thank you very much for watching episode 2, and I will see you next time on something different.